So y'all gonna ignore the fact that Micah might be DPOY and Defensive Rookie of the Year.
And we won't have to cry no more.
Let's get right into it.
All you gotta do is embrace the game.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? My name's Isaiah Hooks, the host of Red Radio. Welcome in today. It's gonna be a great show on hand. It was a good game last night between the Cowboys and the Saints. I actually enjoyed that game. It was a rough game going for the Saints on offense, but the Cowboys also had struggles on offense early on in the game as well. But it was a good game nonetheless. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it from start to finish because Michael Gallup made one of the catches of the year, in my humble opinion. If you did not see that catch last night, there you go right there. Yeah, man, but this was all around a good game. The Cowboys played a great game last night. And, finally they got all three wide receivers back in the rotation with Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper, all three playing at the same time. And they all produced last night. Michael Gallup did his thing last night. Cooper came right back in the lineup after missing the previous two games, did his thing. And then you had CeeDee Lamb. Man, he broke down Malcolm Jenkins. Was one of the nastiest juke plays of the year. It might be juke of the year just because of who he juked. He juked Malcolm Jenkins, one of the most steady footballs, one of the most steady safeties in the league over the course of this last decade. And yeah, man, that was a big time play to get the Cowboys in scoring position, because that was the first. That play ended up leading to the first Cowboys touchdown, which Michael Gallup caught, the highlight I just showed you. And yeah, man, that was a all-around good game for those three receivers. And Dak was playing good as well, man. Dak had with 26 for 40, man, 238 yards in the TUD. But yeah, I just think, honestly, the Cowboys in this NFC conference, the Cowboys has all it takes they have what it takes to get to the Super Bowl, honestly. The only thing I will say that's really missing is a consistent running game. I mean, Zeke and Pollard, it's like week in and week out. I mean, it's not week in and week out, I should say. I mean, it's just like every other week. You really don't know what you're going to get from the Dallas running game because of the way they game plan things with Dak Prescott and the three receivers. They run a lot of running plays with the wide receivers, but not too many. I would say too many pop plays with the running backs. I mean, Tony Pollard, he took that toss play to the crib. I mean, that was obviously the best Cowboys running play last night, because other than that running play, they really didn't do much on the ground last night. And due to the fact that the Saints have a good run defense, and they have had a good run defense for probably about the last 3 to 4 years or so. So the Saints are not a team to really run the football on. So I give the Cowboys some leeway there. But it's just like the way they play the game, they pass more than anything. And honestly, in this NFC playoff picture, the way the Packers can run the football on situational downs, the way the Cardinals can run the football, the way the Bucks can run the football now with Leonard Fournette doing his piece back to being Leonard Fournette that we've seen in Jacksonville. And with that in the conference, the Cowboys will have to have a running game, which they have the two running backs to do it. They probably have the best running back duo in the conference, honestly. But AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones they are comparable. But honestly, I don't know who I would take out of the two, because both the backup running backs are very good. But I think AJ Dillon sees more of a workload than obviously Tony Pollard would, because Tony Pollard is not as big of a bruising back as AJ Dillon is. But Tony Pollard, his talent, man, he's a starting running back in this league, honestly. And he has more breakaway speed than Ezekiel Elliott at this moment. Ezekiel Elliott really is there just on those situational downs to grind out those tough yards, honestly. But Pollard is obviously the more fresher back, in my opinion, because Zeke has took a lot of hits over the course of his career. And it's getting to that point where running backs, they start to feel those hits in their legs. And Tony Pollard is still young in his career, so it's not really affecting him as it would as to Zeke, where Zeke has been in the league for about 6 years now. And Zeke has been a bruiser since he's gotten in the league. So all those hits that Zeke has took are starting to amount into what we see now. Zeke is more of situational down back where he just grinds. He still can play all 4 downs. Don't get it wrong, but Zeke breaking away, it's probably you probably won't see too much more of that in the near future or even now because Zeke is just that back where he's just still he's just steady. That's what it is. He's just a steady back. And there's nothing wrong with being a steady back with what Zeke did early on in his career because Zeke was really the man early on in his career. So, but Pollard is that guy to really break. He's really the guy to break the big plays. And I feel like they get those two guys going, especially in these colder months. It's December now. We're heading into January. We have about 6 games left, and the Cowboys, they have to establish this run game. So put fear in other playoff teams in this conference because other than that, the Cowboys have the best offense in the conference, and the stats show it. Also, the Cowboys can put up some points, man, and honestly, this team, especially with those two guys on the other end. Now we're gonna flip to the other end of the football. You got Micah Parsons and you got Trey Diggs over there creating turnover opportunities on every possession that the offense on the other side has. The two guys, Micah and Trey, your two stars on the defensive side, they create opportunities for you to get the football back in field goal range, or they just creating a lot of opportunities the whole year. So the Cowboys have most definitely benefited. The Cowboys offense has most definitely benefited from the opportunities created by the defense. So the Cowboys can play a lot of complementary football, and that's a scary thing to know going in. That these guys are now getting healthy too. It's a scary thing to see going into playoff time. And the Cowboys, man, they also forced Taysom Hill to throw 4 picks yesterday, dog. 4 picks yesterday. All of them, mostly really coming in the last quarter, the fourth quarter. He was just throwing them joints just straight up to the Cowboys, for real. I mean, it was bad. It reminded me of the Thursday night game. Just what was that, 2 weeks ago with the Falcons and the Patriots when the Falcons threw like 4 straight picks. Yeah, it reminded me of that, and I was like, dang, they just paid Taysom all this money to come out here and really throw 3 picks, but it's not like Taysom really played. Yeah, he threw 4 picks, but he didn't really play all that bad. If you look at the totality of the game, Taysom Hill really could have won the game on his own. Because Taysom Hill was really getting off, especially running the football. I mean, he was hurdling dudes, he was breaking tackles. I mean, he was doing normal Taysom Hill stuff. And so he was doing enough to keep the Saints in the football game. But the Saints don't have too much on offense right now. All their guys are hurt. So they really just going off Sean Payton's genius right now and Taysom Hill's athleticism, which can only take you so far when you got guys like Kamara out, Ramchick out, people like that. It only can take you so far because you don't have your full offense. And Michael Thomas has been going the whole entire season. So the Saints really don't have too many receivers like that to work with. And the Cowboys benefited off that. And they forced turnovers here in this fourth quarter to really seal the game. But the Saints really put pressure on this Cowboys team at the start of this football game. And the Cowboys, they end up taking it all, and they only allow 17 points. And the last touchdown was kind of a Deontay Harris just really got off. I mean, Deontay Harris is one of the more quicker, agile guys in the league, and he really just bust one for 70 on him. But other than that, the Cowboys had this game in control, and this is with Mike McCarthy missing, so I think Mike McCarthy might as well move to that assistant coordinator, whatever. Not defensive, but offensive. And find a new coordinator because Dan Quinn, man, I'm just playing. But the Cowboys won this game without their head coach, and that was a lot of teams can't say that right now. Like the Rams, if Sean McVay's not there, they're not going to win. Who else in the conference? Cliff Kingsbury, he wasn't there and they won. Cardinals won. The Bucks, I believe they can win without Bruce Arians being there, obviously. Who else? The Packers, with Matt LaFleur being gone. They could win with Aaron Rodgers. The Rams cannot win, though. The Niners, I don't believe, can win without one. And the Vikings, I don't think they can win without the head coach being there. But other than that, in the Washington football team, honestly, the way they play football, they'll need Ron Rivera to win football games also. Because Yeah, I might as well move on to the next topic with the Washington football team, because the Washington football team is a team that's very interesting going down this playoff stretch, because they're doing it once again. They're coming on late in these late December games, and they're just showing teams that they're going to win at the line of scrimmage. They're going to control the tempo of the football game, and they're going to trust Taylor Heineke to really manage the whole football game, and that's what they've been doing. They've been letting McKissick and Gibson really get off, because those two are really the offense. Gibson and McKissick are really the offense in Washington, and I have no problem with that, because the way the two play football, they really control they control the football game. You can throw it to McKissick out the backfield. You can give it to McKissick in obvious run situations, but you can do the same with Gibson. And Gibson is obviously the better back out of the two, because he's the more, I wouldn't say polished back, but he's the younger, more talented back, I would say. Because Gibson, he can bust one at any given time. I mean, plus he grinds out those tough yardage. He grinds out the tough yardage. And McKissick can obviously do the same. But yeah, it's the younger factor that goes into why Gibson is obviously the starter. Because McKissick, his skill set, he can do the same things that he can do the same things, if not a better receiver out of the backfield than Antonio Gibson is. So with them two playing like that, and Heineke just playing more confident each week, I don't see how one can count out the Washington football team when it comes to playoff time. Because if they're able to force turnovers like they have without Chase Young and Montez Sweat being there, this football team and they're really just getting pressure from the inside with Jonathan Allen. And if they continue to do this in the back end, Kittle Fuller and those guys continue to lock up the opposing team's wide receivers and really put pressure on the QB to throw in the tight spots, I mean, this football team is going to be scary to going into January football. And yeah, the football team, man, they could end the season off on probably a 9-game streak, because the way they play football and the remaining schedule is division games. And the Washington football team knows how to play their division. They beat the Giants. I believe they will beat the Eagles. And the way they're playing football and the way the Eagles looked last week against the Giants, once the Eagles and the Washington football team matches up, and the Eagles don't clear up their mistakes from last week against the Giants, I got the Washington football team beating the Eagles in both the matchups. And the Cowboys, that's the matchup I really want to see. I want to see if Dallas defense can really hold up against the offense that puts up 12-plus play drives. Like Heineke and these guys control the tempo. They have at least their scoring drives be 9 minutes plus. Every time. It'd be 12 plays plus, and they're just controlling the clock, and they're snapping the ball when there's 1 second left on the clock. Like obviously most teams do, but most teams are not chewing the clock up like the Washington football team is chewing the clock up right now. And it's beautiful football to watch, because that last drive against when they played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that drive was game sealing. If game sealing was a person, that's what that drive personified, game sealing. Because it was 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter with Brady just scoring a touchdown on the previous drive. And I believe the Buccaneers were only down 2. And if Brady and them got the ball back, obviously the Buccaneers are going to win. Taylor Heineke and those guys drove the ball down for 10 minutes straight. 10 minutes straight. And sealed the game. Went forward on fourth downs. Converted third downs. It was just beautiful football. And if the Washington football team just continues to play that type of football, that brand of football, hey man, this team could be a scary NFC Championship contender. I guarantee you. If they continue to play this brand of football, this brand of situational football, this team could be scary for a lot of teams. Hey, I'm just saying, look out for them. That's all I'm just saying. Just look out for them. That's all I'm saying. You ain't got to take them serious, but just look out for them, though. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see. Hey, y'all gonna see. Hey, y'all gonna listen to Zay. Y'all gonna have to listen to me, man. But moving on to the next topic, man. The New York Giants, man. Can y'all really, going into this game against the Dolphins, honestly, hold on. I didn't even get into the Washington football team's opponent on this here Sunday. The Washington football team will be going against the Las Vegas Raiders. And in this one, obviously, you can't let Derek Carr beat you like the Cowboys did. You can't let Derek Carr just come out there and fling.
Yeah, the keys to victory in this game against the Raiders for the Washington football team will have to be to continue the 12-plus play drives that end in TDs. Because if you do that against the Raiders, Derek Carr won't have any time to come out there and fling it. He won't have any rhythm to come out there and fling it because you're keeping him on the sidelines, and plus you're keeping the defense fresh. And that's a recipe for success. And if the Washington football team can keep that up, honestly, I have them beating the Raiders by a score. I think they can beat the Raiders by a score. I mean, the Washington football team's last couple of victories have been by only a score. But other than that, they just continue this brand of football. Yeah, I have them beating the Las Vegas Raiders. I have them probably beating the Las Vegas Raiders. I would say 23-17. Washington football team. I have them in this football game winning 23-17. The Washington football team. But yeah, man. Honestly, this Washington football team, you're gonna have to look out for them. Just keep that in mind. But moving on to my next topic, though, man, the New York Giants. The New York Giants football team, man. The Giants will be heading to Miami to take on the hot Miami Dolphins right now. The Dolphins have it going on defense right now, man. The defense right now, man. The defense. I mean, they always have it going on defense. I mean, since Flores has been there, this team has consistently forced turnovers, and I really can't say nothing that the Giants do right now is going to stop the Dolphins from forcing a turnover because you have Daniel Jones as your quarterback. So this might. I know the background noise is annoying. I'm sorry, but bear with me. Back to the vid. One of those for the New York Giants. You might have at least about 5 forced fumbles. You might have at least about 2 picks. I mean, and plus you can't score in the red zone. If you can't get in the red zone, your defense will constantly be on the field. So this one might turn out bad. This one might turn out bad. I mean, the defense might have to win this one just like they did against the Eagles last week because the offense still couldn't get nothing going. They still couldn't get nothing going. This New York Giants team, this offense it's just miserable. And it hurts to watch the New York Giants football offense because the defense is very fun to watch. The defense locks up. No matter who they playing, the defense is going to do their thing. I mean, yeah, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they didn't really lock up like that because the offense couldn't score. The offense couldn't score. They was always punting the football. The defense can only hold up for so long. But the Giants have a good defense, though, man. The offense just cannot score points. The Giants offense just can't keep the defense fresh. You have to play complementary football. And the Giants do a terrible job of that right now. So until, the Giants offense gets a little, they show just a tad bit of, them getting better. A tad bit of them practicing. Do y'all practice offense? Do y'all practice red zone offense? Or what is it? What is it, G? You shouldn't have this low of a percentage in the red zone scoring the football. You shouldn't. But, yeah, if the Giants don't get this together, this will be a blowout. But, yeah, man, this defense of the Giants are going to have to win this game. That's my final prognosis on that. The Giants defense, you're going to have to win this football game. Because Daniel Jones in this offense is not going to win you this football game. But, yeah, move on to my next topic, man. The Philadelphia Eagles. It's only a couple things I got to say to y'all, honestly. Hold down the turnovers. Continue to run the football. That's all you got to do. Protect the football, run the football. You've been running the football better than anybody else in the NFL this year, by far. You're running the football better than the Baltimore. You're running the football better than the Baltimore Ravens right now. Are they? Yeah, they're running the football better than the Baltimore Ravens right now. And the Ravens have led the league in rushing for the past 2-3 years. So yeah, you're doing something right over there in Philly right now, Nick Sirianni. And I just want you to keep it up running the football. I mean, that's all you have to do. You ain't got to force Jalen Hurts just to force bad throws. I mean, it was just bad throws he was just throwing up on Sunday. And it wasn't fun to watch. And I have fun watching the Eagles when they play complementary football, when they run the football and they play great defense. Because the defense played great. The defense played great. The offense played like the Giants offense, but worse with turnovers. Like,
Just cut those turnovers down. Just cut the turnovers down, and you beat the Jets. Honestly, I mean, the Jets not beating the Eagles. I can't see that happening unless, you know, Zach Wilson just decides that this Eagles defensive front is no match for his offensive prowess. I mean, that's the only thing that's going to keep the Eagles from winning this football game. It's just Zach Wilson just decides to really show up. That's what it is. Other than that, no, this Eagles team is going to beat the Jets. Just protect the football. That's all you got to do. That's it for this video in the NFC East, though, man. I covered the Eagles, I covered the Giants, I covered the Cowboys, and I covered the Washington football team, who looks to, you know, take this NFC East division. If, you know, hey, Dallas, just look out. I'm just telling y'all. I have to put it out there again. I'm just gonna tell y'all just to look out. So, but yeah, man. Honestly, this is a good, fun division to watch for me, man. Honestly, because I grew up on this NFC East division, you know, with my dad being a Giants fan. You know, shout out to him. And so I always was caught up on the history of the NFC East. So this division always keeps me intrigued.
I hope y'all know I'm intrigued.
But this year has felt nothing short. I mean, yeah, it's a bad division, but they also have some good wins in this division. They have beat good football teams. All four of these teams have beat some good football teams, and I believe they have to be respected. So that's all I have to say about that. And this is Zay Hooks. The rest of my co-hosts not even here with me, so I can't say this three-way signing off. So hey, man, this is Zay Hooks signing off, man. Y'all have a good night.
Man, we just embracing the game. That's what the way it really is, man.